back up. They're going that way, guys.
Total chaos erupted outside a Miami nightclub when Terence Crawford and Gervonta Davis clashed hard with punches flying, insults aimed at families and reputations put at risk. It began when Gervonta crossed the line by disrespecting Crawford and dragging his family into the drama, and that was not all. He also mocked Crawford for pushing to get a fight with Canelo Alvarez. This tension has been building quietly for months, but last night it finally boiled over in a way no one expected. Now let us break down exactly how it all went down. Let us set the scene. It was a wild Miami night with famous faces and athletes filling one of the hottest clubs in the city. Among the VIP crowd were Terence Crawford and Gervonta Davis, both there to relax after their recent bouts. They stayed in different areas at first, but as the night continued their paths eventually crossed. Witnesses say the mood shifted when Davis walked up to Crawford looking ready for trouble. What began as light talk quickly turned serious when Davis started throwing personal shots at Crawford and went further by bringing his family into it. The level of disrespect shocked everyone as Davis was seen making fun of Crawford's family right in front of the crowd. Crawford, who is usually calm, tried to ignore it at the start, but once Davis began firing back about Crawford's attempt to secure a fight with Canelo Alvarez, the mood became ugly. Davis openly laughed at him and said, "Canelo does not care about you at all. You are only chasing that fight for money."
The likelihood of a fight with you and Terence Crawford would be one of the biggest in boxing.
We don't talking about yet about the fight. Me and Turkanash know each other, and then we wanna see what happened.
And when do you want to get out next? I know you're here in London tonight. When are you going to be in a camp? When are you going to be in a camp? I know you're
in camp. Training camp in March.
Okay, so
at the beginning of the middle of the February or March, yeah.
That was the breaking point for Crawford, and in an instant he lost control and charged at Davis, swinging a punch that shocked everyone. Nearby security jumped in fast trying to pull them apart, but by then the situation was already out of hand. People were yelling, phones were out, flashing lights everywhere, and the club fell into complete disorder. It was a scene that will not be forgotten anytime soon, and for all the wrong reasons. If you have been following the boxing scene, then you know this blow-up did not happen by accident. The bad blood between Crawford and Davis has been growing for months, pushed forward by constant shots on social media and heated comments shared during interviews. It first kicked off when Crawford took a shot at Davis for not getting an invite to Turki Al Sheikh's private Ring Awards event in London, a comment that clearly upset Davis, who is never one to stay quiet. He fired back by claiming Crawford was more focused on money than legacy, especially after his debated decision to go after a fight with Canelo Alvarez.
Why are you retiring?
What changed? What made you?
Trash, garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during the time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know. Like, like say you got to walk today. Okay.
The jabs kept coming, each one sharper than the last. This rivalry has been making headlines for some time, but no one saw it turning into a full-blown fight until now.
Bud Crawford, just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. Everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
You know, everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 2-3 weights less than me. But if the money is right, why not? Right? Why not? But look, I'm focused 100% on Berlanga. I know I have a challenge in front. I never overlook any fighter. So I'm focused 100% in this, and then we'll see.
Now let us look at the whole Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez situation that Davis used to mock Crawford. Crawford's choice to step up to 168 pounds and go after Canelo's unified super middleweight titles has received a mix of praise and criticism.
Tonight, Terence Crawford was with Turki Al Sheikh at the other event across town. Put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turki Al Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comments.
On one side, many view it as a brave move, giving him a shot to secure his legacy by facing one of boxing's top names. On the other side, critics claim Crawford is only after money with slim chances of defeating Canelo.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass.
Like yes, man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Magdalene.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stone. It's about now.
Davis did not hold back. He ridiculed Crawford for believing Canelo cares about him or the match, saying Canelo has more important things to focus on. Davis reportedly added that Canelo does not even know you exist, and here you are chasing a fight like it is your ticket to retirement.
It's about Errol has a metal shield and you have a glass shield. Talk about the punch resistance. What do you think it takes to Seston, man?
We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Could he get it in the future?
Too little.
I mean, you came up from 35, right?
He ain't fighting no real guys at 47.
See, okay. What about everyone's talking about Errol fighting the winner of Canelo and Jamel. Could you ever do that? Is that too much weight or?
What, 168? I ain't going up there.
Right.
So we got Canelo winning then, right? And then he fighting at 168.
Reality is many have called the Crawford-Canelo fight a circus matchup designed more for entertainment than actual sport.
My good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring. I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford could match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out.
Experts and commentators say Crawford should prove himself by facing the top fighters at 168 pounds, rather than getting an immediate shot at Canelo Davis's jab struck a nerve, and that is what finally made Crawford snap.
For you, though, is that career defining? Is this a legacy fight for you?
Well, when I got shot, for me to change my life the way that I did and stop hanging out with the guys that I hung out with, my career started going up. And yes, this is a legacy fight for me. This is a mega fight. This is a superstar fight. This is all those in one with me and Errol Spence Jr. A lot of people, they writing me off because they say, oh, well, he's too small, or he haven't fought nobody like Errol Spence, or his resume is this, or his resume that. There's a lot of things that a lot of people can say, but on July 29th, all the answers to everybody's questions will be answered.
Fans went crazy after the news of the Crawford-Davis brawl spread social media, exploded with tags like Shark Club Chaos Shark, Crawford v. Davis, and CH Boxing Drama trending. Immediately many sided with Crawford, saying Davis went too far by involving his family, while others see it as classic Tank creating drama to stay relevant as he approaches retirement. And the truth is, Davis is not just fighting for fun, he is building hype, and it is clearly working.
Are you retiring?
What trash?
What changed?
What made this shit trash? Garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything?
Yeah. With
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know. But like I said, you got to walk today.
But here is the twist: Davis is not stopping with Crawford. Word is he is negotiating a huge rematch with Ryan Garcia, a deal reportedly worth $150 million, backed by Turkey Alashik, the same man who has funded some of boxing's biggest events.
Hopefully I fight Ryan again. If they're not on some host, I text that ass again. Tell them boys to give me 150 M's. I'm coming. You know what I mean? When I start streaming out that, and that, stop it. Knock it off, cuz. Stop it. Tell them to send that bag, and I'm coming. And I'm,
Turkey's role is not just financial, he brings major showmanship to every fight he is behind. He is the brains behind these big crossover matches and super fights, and he is involved in both Crawford's and Davis's latest ventures.
Canelo, Johnny Boy Boxing Fight Hype. I just want to ask you, what do you think about Terence Crawford? What do we think about Terence Crawford's performance, and do you want to get a fight with him?
If the money is right, I mean,
$100 million. I heard Turkey offered you a big money already.
150.
150?
Fans are talking non-stop about how Turkey's influence is changing boxing, making every match feel like a major event. Whether it is Crawford going after Canelo or Davis stirring up rivalries, it all seems designed to grab headlines and keep viewers hooked. And with Davis aiming to finish his career with a splash, you can be sure some explosive moments are coming before he retires.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo has, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another. You know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out. You know what I mean? So
what does this mean for Crawford and Davis going forward? For Crawford, this episode could bring real trouble. He has a huge fight with Canelo coming up, and this kind of public drama is the last thing he needs. Promoters and sponsors are unlikely to be happy with their fighter making news for a nightclub brawl, and it could even put the fight at risk.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry. You know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
Davis, meanwhile, has been hinting at retirement for some time, and this clash could nudge him closer to leaving the ring. He has one last fight scheduled against Lamont Roach at the Barclays Center, and rumors of a major showdown with Gervonta Davis are growing, but this nightclub fight could overshadow the final chapter of his career.
They talking. They talking. They talking, but you know how I get. You know how it's gonna 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 get. But you know how it's gonna get. A real machine. You know how it's gonna get. A real one. And I promise you, you better lead them home. You better lead the females home. On my mother, you better lead the females home and the kids. On my mother. Yeah, now watch this. Now watch.
They gonna be
now
there.
watch. Now watch.
What's different from 10 minutes ago?
You
when
know
you said
how
that?
you know how when they told you say how like I posed for Lomachenko, right? Mm-hmm. And like how he said like he was retiring, things like that. I feel as though like we've been in it so long that we are getting tired of it. Like we've been beating our body up so long, but it be like situations like just now, like where he talking that spark the plug again.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Is that all it takes for you? Is that all it takes? Just a little comment?
Nah, but that's what I want though. I don't want you to fight me like you saying you're going out.
It always go like this. It always go like this.
Nah, what I'm saying, you just said you feel like you going out.
They go to sleep.
I don't want you to feel like you going out.
Both fighters could face fines or suspensions from boxing commissions, and the public is already judging them harshly. It is a messy situation, and the consequences could be serious for both men.
Him saying that he wants you, things like that. Does that stuff just sound crazy, or just like I'm supposed to be called out? You know.
When you look at all the great fighters that was getting called out by everybody from different weight classes, so it's nothing that I'm not surprised about.
A Tank would be something that he said he'll touch your chin and.
Man, everybody say what they'll do, but Tank is in his weight class for a reason, and I don't see him come up to 147 to face me no time soon.
Question is, could this spark an official fight between Crawford and Davis? The weight gap is large, but in boxing stranger things have happened. Crawford is moving up from welterweight to super middleweight, while Davis has ruled the lightweight division. Yet, with Davis hinting at retirement, anything could happen.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes, and, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow,
man.
Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147.
Ooh, see, oh man.
You're gonna have a pre-camp.
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
If these two choose to settle their feud in the ring, it would become one of the most talked about fights in recent memory and fans would be glued to their screens. While there are challenges to making it happen, the interest is clearly there. So what happens next? Will Crawford and Davis face penalties for their actions? Could this fight become official? And how will it affect their careers and legacies moving forward? Many questions remain unanswered and the boxing world is waiting for updates. One thing is certain, this story is far from over. Whether in the ring or outside, Crawford and Davis have unfinished business. We will be watching closely to see what happens next, so stay tuned for all the latest news. What do you think about this wild incident? Are you Team Crawford or Team Davis? Could this rivalry lead to a real fight? Share your